guys, it's Downshifting Kiwi here today, and on a different motorbike. This motorbike here is a Honda VTZ250, 1989. I picked it up last week for $1,500, which is an absolute steal. And it's not actually for me, it's for my older brother, so I bought this motorbike for him. He lives down in Wellington, and he's going to pay me back eventually, but for now this motorbike's going to be mine, so I'll make a video on it. Electric start. So this motorbike here is a 249cc V-twin liquid cooled. It's got a 6-speed transmission. It's a very nice 250cc motorcycle. In my opinion, it's easily one of the best you can get. The first thing you notice when you jump on this VTZ250 is how smooth the motor is. And that's all due to the fact it's a V-twin and it's very well balanced. Honda did a great job of making these little V-twins. It's a 90-degree V-twin, similar to what you would find on a Ducati, but it's got a wet clutch like you'll find on any Japanese motorcycle, which is good because there's many advantages of having a dry clutch, but there's nothing wrong with a wet clutch. It's heaps less maintenance, which is what you want. And because it's a Honda, you know it's going to be reliable. There's not many problems with this motorcycle. It's only got 25,000 Ks. The one issue it does have is it's got a crimp in the fuel line, so when I'm cruising at 100 Ks an hour, the carbs aren't filling up fast enough. And sometimes I have to back off the throttle to allow the motorbike to get back into its revs because the carbs have been sucked dry, pretty much. But other than that, it's an easy fix, and once we get that sorted, it's going to be a beautiful motorcycle to ride and to cruise around. You could cruise around all day at 100 on this motorcycle. Another thing you notice is how light and flickable it is. It's extremely light and it tips over very easily without any effort at all. It would actually be quite a fun motorbike to take on Manfield one day to see what it can do, because it's very nice and it tips into the corners without any effort. I'm not going to push it hard today though, because as you can see it's extremely wet and I don't want to damage my older brother's motorbike and I don't want to hurt myself. As I found out yesterday, or as my older brother found out yesterday, it doesn't take much to lose traction in the wet. So this motorbike cruises at about 7,000 RPM when it's going at 100, which isn't over the top for a 250, especially when it red lights in 13.5 RPMs. So I'll just give you guys an idea of how quick it is off the line. I'll do 0 to 100 Ks an hour. Okay. I won't push it too hard though because it is wet. Got to be careful. And there's 100 Ks an hour. So this motorcycle is by no means slow. It's a fast motorbike. Especially considering it's only a 250cc. I've ridden a few of the modern 300cc learner bikes, and this 1989 Honda VTZ250 is significantly faster. In fact, the modern 300cc learner bikes are pretty gutless compared to this. So I highly doubt my older brother's going to get bored riding this, because I've been riding motorbikes for 1.5 years and I've ridden quite a few different types, and there's no way I can see myself being bored on this. It's a very fun motorcycle. In fact, it's probably one of the funnest motorcycles I've ever ridden, because you can ride it hard without going excessively fast and still have heaps of fun. So it's a very nimble and lightweight motorcycle. You can't really go wrong. It's got quite a leaned over riding position, very similar to a sport bike. The only thing which is different to a full-on sport bike is the handlebars are a bit higher. It's got these little extensions here which raise the handlebars. But that's nothing bad. It's good for a learner to be slightly more upright, because you don't want to be down low. You don't want to be too down low when you're learning to ride a motorbike. I think it's more than enough, and it's quite comfortable. I reckon you could go on very long rides on this motorcycle without feeling any sort of back pain or shoulder pain. Your body weight's quite well distributed throughout the motorcycle. And because the power, compared to other 250s, it's got a lot of down low torque for a it's a 250. It's not a super torquey motorbike, but compared to other 250s, this has a lot more torque down low. So this is why it's a perfect motorcycle for riding around town or riding between traffic lights, stopping and going. And this thing here will destroy any car off the line, which is just your basic car. It's not going to be as fast as a Ferrari or a 5-litre V8 Holden Commodore or whatever, but it could easily beat those Honda Civics and whatnot. So what I'm trying to say is this motorbike is not slow. And I've got to say, it does sound pretty nice. It's only a 250 and it's got its stock exhaust pipe on it, but it does sound pretty good. It sort of sounds like a very tame Ducati. It's kind of a good way to describe the sound of it. Cosmetically, I reckon this motorcycle looks really cool. Beauty is through the eye of the beholder, so not everybody's going to say, oh, this is a really beautiful bike, but I reckon it's a good looking motorcycle. I'm not a huge fan of like sport bikes with full fairings and stuff. They do look nice, but I do prefer this kind of style, which is semi-naked, sort of more classic looking. So I reckon this motorbike here is one of the best looking motorcycles, and that's just my opinion, so don't get all angry about it. And don't say, oh, my motorbike looks way better, because to be honest, nobody cares, it's just an opinion. The transmission feels very nice, it's smooth as butter. It's not clunky like a Harley Davidson transmission. It slips through the gears very nicely, and I can seem to find neutral pretty easily compared to some motorcycles I've ridden. It's got quite a neat little dash here, just with a temperature gauge, of course the rev counter, and speedometer. What the fuck is this guy up to? Why the fuck is he going so slow? But anyway, back to what I was saying about the dash. It's got like a turn signal flashing light thing on both sides of the dash, so if you're turning left, it's got a flashing light to the left. If you're turning right, it's got a flashing light to the right. The turn signals are in a good position, it's right where you want them. It's not, you don't have to stretch your thumb around. Or it's got high and low beams here, it's got a choke here, because this bike is carbureted, so it's got a choke. And the horn's pretty good. It's got a twin horn, so it's quite loud, which is what you want as well for a motorbike. It's always good to have a loud horn. A slight gimmick it's got on the dashboard here is a speed light, and the speed light turns on at 90 k's an hour. And what I think it is in Japan, maybe the speed limit's 90 k's an hour, like on highways and stuff, so perhaps it's a safety feature for a Japanese rider, so they know they're not breaking the speed limit. But I've honestly got no idea. It'll be interesting to know what it's actually for. If anybody knows, tell me in the comments. A thing I probably get asked about this motorcycle saying it's a 250 is it a good learner's motorcycle? And I say yes and no. It's a very good learner's motorcycle because it's so light and it's not too powerful, and the power is pretty manageable and predictable, so you're not going to be shitting your pants the whole time. But also the thing is, it's a fast motorbike. So if you don't respect it, it's going to bite you right in the ass. So that's just my 2 cents on the Honda VTZ250. It's personally now one of my favourite motorcycles. It's easily my favourite 250cc motorcycle, without a doubt. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys like the VTZ250, and as always, thanks for watching and have a good day. See you guys next time. Oh man, just listen to it go. Fuck, I love this motorbike. This is easily one of the best motorcycles I've ridden. Hey, Sandy, look at you. Did you know that you're a dog? And also Jake, did you know that you're a dog? That's right, you're a dog. Yeah.